the betting, the not so much anymore is more down to my own fault. I need to get studying again to get the edge back. But yeah, it's a great product. I love the exchange. It's really, in my opinion, one of the better bookmakers, if not the best bookmaker out there.
Race number 6, 1200 meters a trip, a Pinnacle Stakes, 3:30 the off time, and arguably the best race on the day at Hollywoodbets Greyville on Sunday. We've got some top quality sorts in this lineup that will be some prepping for the season that is ahead of them, some looking to get the job done, but overall it makes for a cracking contest. Let's get into it. Gladiatorian rerun when winning the Post Merchants, and then we've got interviews with guard puller Tony Rivlin and Stuart Ferry.
A challenge. Thunderstruck the outside and gobsmacked along the inside. But it's Sergey by 2.5. Thunderstruck is trying to warm up on the outside, cold fact. But it's still Sergey who going strongly. Gladiatorian's flying out the pack. Gladiatorian's eating it up with Thunderstruck. Thunderstruck's coming home hard. Gladiatorian got up. Gladiatorian, Thunderstruck, Sergey.
African Skyline, yeah, he doesn't know how to run a bad race. The race is competitive, but he's competitive.
Yeah, you know, he's had a lot of issues, Coinspinner. He hurt himself last November, just before the Merchants. And I've said this before, I think, when interviewed, and it set him back quite a lot. Never raced for a number of months. And I think he's just coming back to his best now. Look, it is a competitive race, there's no doubt about it. But I don't believe he's not as good as any of those horses, you know. Obviously the weights, depending how you look at the weights. So it really depends whether he's in a galloping mood, and he's got a different ride on him. I would have liked Richard to be riding him because he ran well for Richard last time. But look, Moosey's a very good rider, and he's not a complicated horse. So yeah, he's fit. So there's every reason to believe he's going to run a great race.
Yeah, there's a draw, not too much of concern because you don't like to bustle him. He likes to run at them, you know. So Richard's just having where he's comfortable, and hopefully he'll be finishing. You know, this is his first run back, so it's a bit of a prep run. But he's fitting well at home, and yeah, no, I think he's not without a chance.
Isnana's drawn wide out. You know, I've just kept him going. At last, they've dropped him down a little bit. He needs to come down a lot lower. I see horses with, he's 10 years old. I mean, he's running off now 92. They had him at 104. He needs to come down to a 70, 75 to be competitive. But he's a soldier, and it gives the apprentices chances to learn. And if it rains, he can run a good race.
Yeah, it's a cracking contest, and I'm looking forward to it because some very, very smart horses on show. Place accumulator, I've gone with just two numbers 6 and 11, African Skyline, and number 11, Gladiatorian. Two horses that are, well, African Skyline, he's so consistent, and I think he's probably been the most consistent horse in KZN over the last year and a half, and he's deserving of another victory. He's been the run-up in his last 4 races, and he's gone up from a 94 up to a 101 for those performances. And you can even go back last 8 runs, 2 wins, 6 seconds. So this horse, for the owners, I'm sure they must pull their hair out at times. He continues to find one to beat him, but I think he's a type of horse, especially with Atandiwe Mkutwa back aboard. Tandi rides him extremely well. He just knows when to produce him, and I think this horse is a massive runner, returning off that slight layoff. Then we have number 11, Gladiatorian. He's got a deep draw, but that's not going to be a concern. They're going to give him a chance. Just need a solid pace on, and he'll be flying at the finish. His rest plus 1 stats are terrific. 4 runs, 2 wins, 2 seconds. It's as simple as that. He loves running fresh. He's a talented sort. They've always thought quite a bit of him from day number 1. He's a group winner, and he's a horse that obviously bigger and better things are in line for him this season. So I think he'll run a big race, number 11, Gladiatorian. I think he'll go extremely close. Richard Fourie back aboard. He's 1 from 1 aboard him, and I think he's one of the leading contenders. So 6 and 11 for me, but it would be remiss if I did not speak about champion 2-year-old filly in her season, Canadian Summer. She had a limited 3-year-old career, running in the Model Man Mile behind Seat again, a cracking second in giving him 1.5 kgs. Then she won the Flamboyant Stakes, beating Dawn of a New Day. That was a Group 3. And then in the Kulu, another Group 3, she was second gun, Shantastic, giving her 6 kgs. And she's a cracking horse, Warren. She's such a nice horse for owner Pregi Somasundram. She was just a 80,000 rand purchase. She's almost on 10 times that amount, and she's returning off a layoff. we all know she's most likely going to need the run, but whatever happens, yeah, she's going to come on a ton with this run under the belt, returning off that close to 7-month layoff.
Absolutely, she's a 5-star filly, is Canadian Summer. She takes on the boys, but the form's there for all to see. You've already alluded to it. Second to see it again. Well, there we go. And yeah, she's a good filly. But that interview that was done with Daryl Moore on the Gold Circle social media platforms, win, lose or draw, it's a come-on run for her. If she wins, that's great. If she just runs off them, and you know, it's a come-on run. So, but I certainly would throw her in, because these good horses overcome rests and setbacks, etc. Because yeah, I wouldn't leave her out. I really wouldn't.
Form, she only runs first or second.
Absolutely. So according to her form, you're quite right, first or second. I know that she is returning from a rest. I know she faces a very hard field, but she's a good horse. You know, Garth Puller said the race is competitive, but he's competitive, African Skyline. You know, yes, it's a hard race, but she's a good filly. I wouldn't leave her out of anything. But we can go on and on, which we're not going to because we haven't got the time. Winter Games has run to Sandringham Summit. Beechamwood Boy is a 7-time winner. African Skyline, you've touched on. It just worries me that he keeps finding one and keeps finding one. In his last couple of starts, he's run 6 seconds, you know, and then he's had a win in between there. Bristol Hercules, number 7, throw that into quartets. I think he could be a smart horse in the making. Coin Spinner's good. Good Traveller, Gladiatorian. Pray for rain. The list is endless. But Rahil's given you 2 numbers, 6 and 11 for place accumulators. Let me give you 3 numbers for the place accumulator. 3 Canadian Summer, 6 African Skyline, 11 Gladiatorian.
It's Donovan Everett from Cape Racing, and I'd just like to say it's an absolute pleasure to be involved with Intrabet and Cape Breeders in this golf day today here at Pearl Valley. It's fantastic for the industry to see all the relevant stakeholders coming down and having a good time and networking, and it's exactly what the industry needs right now in terms of moving forward and recreating some positivity to take us forward into the next year.